What's up, boot campers? I hope you guys are excited. I'm very excited for you to get through this next 4 weeks. Get ready to dedicate yourself for 4 weeks, have laser focus, and I promise you guys are going to get amazing results. We have now had over 700 people go through this 4-week boot camp. Average weight loss of 2.5 pounds per week per person. So if you devote yourself to this and give it your all, I promise you're going to have amazing results. Our top male has lost 18 pounds in 4 weeks, and our top female lost 25.5 pounds in 4 weeks. We also had a female lose 17.5 inches in 4 weeks. So just incredible results from not starving yourself, from giving your body what it needs, while also, incorporating some resistance training, meaning weightlifting, as well as some cardio, as well as the high intensity interval training workouts we give you guys, which we're going to go into in a little bit. But from the get-go, the number one thing I can tell you guys is something we talked about on the TD Nation show today, which is to just trust the system. I know it's hard. I know you've been told, especially, I know women have been told you have to eat 1,200 calories a day. I know men have been told you have to eat 1,800 calories a day. But I'm telling you guys, what I find most is that people are starving themselves, and their body slows down its metabolism in order to help you guys basically survive, and it holds on to everything, and it's why people can't lose weight. We talk about it in the orientation videos. We talk about the dangers of yo-yo dieting and why yo-yoing happens, why you start a workout or a diet program and it works for a couple weeks, and then you plateau, and then you get upset with the results, and you go back to eating the way you were, and you gain back more than when you started. And if you don't know what's going on, it doesn't make sense. But if you've been through the orientation videos, you can understand really quickly why it does make perfect sense as to why you gain more weight. So our goal in TD Nation is always to make sure that you guys are eating properly, and to make sure that you can sustain the weight loss long term. That is what we want. So you have to let go of the reins and trust us. This system has worked for thousands. It's the exact system I used when I lost 75 pounds, by going through P90X and taking Shakeology. You guys have all seen my transformation. You've seen all the transformations in TD Nation. So just let go of the reins. Trust the system for this 4 weeks. I love, Mike Vacani is a guy I follow, and he released a video and he talked about, science is going to take us 70, 80, 90, 100 years. And so we have all this time and 4 little weeks to devote yourself to learning how to eat properly and how to get the proper macronutrients and micronutrients, also the vitamins and minerals. Devoting 4 weeks of your time is such a small period in the grand scheme of things. So if you can just take 4 weeks, devote 4 weeks to this with laser focus, you're going to learn how to change the composition of your body, and you're going to learn how to change it forever. In the long run, you're going to be giving your family and your friends the greatest gift you can possibly give them, which is more time. So with that being said, let's see. The group, as far as the group goes, really cool. We've got TD Nation, which is this ever-growing, ever-changing, massive group of people. A couple years ago, we struggled to get 100 people in these groups, and now we're at we're about to hit 2,000. And that's not just that's just the members on Facebook. I think we have probably well over 5,000, to be honest with you, but about 2,000 of them on Facebook. So it's a big group. It can be a noisy group. Posts can get bumped down. You guys have invested in boot camp a very small amount of money, $25, but because you have invested in that, you're going to get a more smaller, intimate group where you can ask me one-on-one questions. We can walk by your side. You're going to be able to get to go through day by day, eating the same foods as other people, doing the same HIIT workouts as other people, and you're gonna have a really, really good time. And I strongly encourage you to try to reach out, post, and make connections with people. You never know when you're going to run across that one person you just click with, and that one person, you know, could be all the way across the United States. We've got people in the UK and Australia and everywhere, Scotland, and you just never know when you're going to click with that one person, no matter where they are, and that one person is going to be able to help you get through low times and is really going to be there for you to celebrate high times. Because a lot of you are going to go through this boot camp. You're going to lose a lot amount of weight. It's going to be the perfect kickstart you need to get to your goals. And you know, you may just make that connection with that one person and be friends for life. And it's really, really cool when that happens. All right. So as you go through boot camp, one of two things is going to happen, and this is very important. Either number one, you're going to lose weight. And if you lose weight during boot camp, you're probably starting out as an overloader. And we talk about this in the orientation videos, but an overloader is somebody who, you know, doesn't work out very much and eats at a really high calorie surplus. So you're just eating whatever you want. You don't work out. So you're eating too many calories, more calories than your body needs, and you're just slowly adding weight. If you're somebody that falls into that category, you're going to lose weight in this program. And this program is meant to teach you how to get not only the proper macronutrients, meaning carbs, fats, and proteins, but also micronutrients. We've got you know, a lot of vegetables in here, not that much fruit because fruit has a lot of sugar. So we've reduced the amount of fruit because most people going through boot camp, their number one priority is fat loss. So we're focusing on that for these, but it's just a really good kickstart. So either you're that overloader type and you're going to lose weight and you're going to love boot camp and you're going to kick butt. Option two, or possibility two, is that when boot camp is over, you have either going to remain constant or not lost weight. Now, I can tell you every week we have, you know, when we go through boot camp, we have 200, 250 people go through. Every week we have about 5 or 6 people out of those who don't lose weight or who gain weight. So it's a very, very small percentage, but you might be in that percentage. And if you're in that percentage of people who doesn't lose weight or gains a little bit of weight through boot camp, then you're probably on 99.9% sure that you're what we call an underloader, meaning that you're not eating enough and you might have metabolic damage. We strongly encourage you guys, if you're going through this, to do 5 to 6 workouts a week, and 3 of those being resistance training workouts. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But if you're working out 5 to 6 days a week and you're a female and you're following the boot camp and you're not losing weight, then I'm positive you have metabolic damage, meaning you have probably yo-yo dieted so much in the past, or you have ate at such a calorie deficit for such a long time that your body has slowed down its metabolism and is holding on to everything. And we've got to repair that. So the good news is, if you're in that category, at the end of this boot camp, we're going to be able to prepare a system for you, and we're going to be able to help you figure out how to reverse diet and how to speed your metabolism up and help you get out of that so you can effectively lose weight. Same thing for all the men. If you follow this boot camp and you're not losing weight and you're working out 5 to 6 days a week, you also have metabolic damage, and we have ways to correct that. So the great news is, anybody that goes through this boot camp, we're going to have an answer for you. Either the boot camp is going to kick butt and you're going to have great results and you're going to have this awesome kickstart to reaching your goals, and you're going to feel like a new person, or you're not going to have lost any weight, but we're going to have been able to identify that you have metabolic damage, and we're going to be able to help you get out of that. So either way, it's fantastic. So don't be discouraged if you're one of those people that fall into that category of not being able to lose weight after this program. Again, it's a very small percentage, but I'm excited that you're here and that we're able to identify that and we can help you get out of it. And I'm not going to go into all the reverse dieting and how to get you out of that at this point. Let's just get through boot camp and identify those people who fall into that category and then help you from there. All right. So let's see, recommendations. These are recommendations. These are not requirements, okay? So you guys paid money to be in this. So our initial test group, we had a test group to make sure that, you know, people were losing weight on this system and, you know, making sure that everybody had great results and felt good and all that stuff. So our test group, we had requirements, but these are just recommendations, all right? Number one, follow the meal plan. We're going to go over it in a little bit, but follow the meal plan. Now you can, let me see if I talk about this. Yeah, okay. So when you're following the meal plan, you can switch days. You can switch meals. If you would rather have something that's a snack for breakfast, you can do that. Doesn't really matter. If there's something on the menu that you do not like, very simple. Go into MyFitnessPal, find that item, figure out how many calories it has, how much protein, carbs, and fats it has, and then find something that you like that's very similar that you can swap out. What I won't do in this boot camp is if you post in boot camp and say, Lance, I don't like salmon, what can I do to replace, what can I replace with salmon? It's an enormous waste of my time to suggestions, and this has happened in the past where I'll throw out another suggestion and somebody will be like, no, I don't like that either, and I'll throw out another one and they'll be like, no, I don't like that either. Well, since I don't know what you like and what you don't like, it's going to be your responsibility to go into MyFitnessPal, put a little skin in the game, and come up with an alternative that matches. And then once you find that, feel free to post in the group and say, hey, I'm going to swap this out for salmon. Do you think that's good? And, you know, so people can check on it and see for you. Or if you go into MyFitnessPal and you can't find anything, you can't figure out what you can substitute for something, then go ahead and say, hey, guys, I looked in MyFitnessPal. I can't find a good substitute. Can you guys help me out? And then we're more than happy to help you out. But don't just ask a question of everybody that you could have researched yourself. Put a little skin in the game. It's what helps teach. It's what helps you learn. And that's what we're doing this whole program for. So I'm not going to, you know, hand feed everything to you guys. I want you to do a little bit of research on your own. And if you're still having problems, then go ahead and post in the group. Say, hey guys, can you help me out? And we're more than happy to do that. So follow the meal plan. Work out 6 days a week. We want you to do 3 cardio days a week and 3 resistance training days a week. With resistance training, everybody wants to know, well, what's resistance training? Resistance training is basically just weightlifting, anything with weights. So, you know, most of your Beachbody programs are going to have resistance training, you know, P90X, X2, X3. Programs like Insanity are just cardio. That is not resistance training. What else do we got? Oh, 21 Day Fix, perfect program for resistance training. Body Beast, perfect program for resistance training. And just to show you guys, I'm not just trying to sell you guys Beachbody programs, but I talked about this on the TD Nation Kickstart show also. Beachbody programs take all the guesswork out of what muscle group to work, when to work them, how many reps to do, how long should you rest in between, you know, if you work your chest, how long should you rest your chest before you work it again? How much time in between intervals, how many reps to do, all that kind of stuff. Proper form. I mean, they cue proper form on all of the moves. So all these things you just cannot get if you are downloading some sheets from the internet. It just doesn't work like Beachbody programs work. And I'll be quite honest with you guys, I'm a certified personal trainer, and I've seen a lot of certified personal trainers training people in gyms, and they're horrible. I mean, they are horrible. Half the time they're on the phone, their clients are barely breaking a sweat. I mean, I'm telling you guys, just from my 4 or 5 years experience, you're going to get much better results with a Beachbody program than you are doing it on your own, or probably a lot of time even going to a personal trainer, and it's 1,000,000 times cheaper than going to a personal trainer. And I say that as a personal trainer. So next, oh, and then if you want to try out something for free, since you all are Beachbody, Team Beachbody members, you can activate your free on-demand Beachbody, where you can stream programs. And like I said, they have like over $2,000 worth of Beachbody programs. So just for this 30 days, for this 30-day boot camp, I would definitely activate your free 30-day on-demand trial. And then you have all your weightlifting workouts for free. And then you can even, even do your 3 days of cardio a week, because there's plenty of cardio workouts in there with Beachbody. All right, so those are the first two recommendations. Again, not requirements, but if you want the best results possible, if you really want to hit it hard for the next 4 weeks, these are the things you have to do. Next, there's two things I put in the meal plan because I believe in them and I use them every single day. My wife uses them every day, and my kids use them every day. Well, they don't use Results in Recovery formula, but they use Shakeology every day. And again, you don't have to do Shakeology to be doing this. I actually even put in an alternative to Shakeology in the ebook if Shakeology is not in your budget, or if you just think I'm full of crap or whatever. But I'm telling you guys that Shakeology is not just a weight loss shake. In fact, I don't even think of it as a weight loss shake. A lot of people do, because a lot of people, when they're running a calorie deficit, they substitute Shakeology for a meal, which is fine, but Shakeology is so much more than that. It's not just a protein shake. Our bodies, in order to keep our immune systems up, to fight cancer, to fight diseases, to run at optimal levels, we have all these complicated systems working that need all kinds of things. And I just do not think your body or you can get what you need in today's food. From no matter how good it is. Even the boot camp meal is designed to give you lots of micronutrients, but it still doesn't give you everything you need. So rather than take a multivitamin, I take Shakeology because it gives me phytonutrients, adaptogens, probiotics, prebiotics, just everything I need, minerals, vitamins, all those things that my normal diet misses. So my body is running at optimal levels. I know it's not pulling things from one area because it's not getting something it needs. And I just feel great. I have lots of energy, too much information, but I'm regular. I just feel amazing. So my wife honestly used to have irritable bowel syndrome, and she does not have that anymore since taking Shakeology, probably because of the probiotics in it. But anyway, so it has all these wonderful things in it. There's a 30-day bottom of the bag guarantee. So if you want to try it during the boot camp, you can eat the whole bag. If you eat the whole bag and you don't feel any different and you don't get results, please tell me, Lance, you were full of crap. You can send your empty bag back to Beachbody and they will refund 100% of your money. So really nothing to lose. The results in recovery formula, we also have an alternative to that. So you don't have to use that, but it's really convenient. It's like Shakeology, really convenient. And post-workout, it's really important to get the right 4-to-1 ratio of 4 grams of carbs to 1 gram of protein. And Results in Recovery formula is just a great way to do that. It's really, really good. And it's got dextrose in it. So it's got sugar in it. The only time you want dextrose or sugar is immediately after a workout. It creates an insulin spike. It drives everything into your muscles and repairs the muscles a lot quicker. So it's got that perfect 4-to-1 ratio, and it's got trace amounts of creatine in it. So it's got everything you need. All right. So that's just a little bit about understanding the meal plan and the things that we recommend. They're not required. And then let's get into the ebook. So we've got the ebook here. When you pull it open, on the first page, you got your table of contents. And you'll see we got a getting started section, measuring tools, cooking do's and don'ts, the Shakeology and Results in Recovery formula. So if you want to order Shakeology, you can. There's a video of me explaining whether I think it's worth the cost. You can buy Shakeology. You can buy the Shakeology sampler pack if you want, or you can just get more information on Shakeology. Same thing with the Results in Recovery formula. So that's all there if you want it. And then you get into the recipes. So it's got your week 1 recipes. Let's see. Let me go. So it's got your week 1 recipes, your week 2 recipes, week 3 recipes, men's meal plan, and women's meal plan. All right, so let's go down to page 25. We're going to skip through all the recipes and go to the diagram of the meal plan. And you'll see on page 25 the men's meal plan for week 1. And what I wanted to show you guys is you'll have, so what you're going to do on your day off is going to be your prep meal, your prep day. And that's the day you're going to make a lot of these recipes. So it's going to take you a couple hours of time right off the bat, but then you're going to have the entire week free. So, you know, even going through the drive-through on a weekday night is going to take you, you know, 10, 15 minutes to get your food, to order and get your food. Making a meal is going to take you 30, 45 minutes probably at home. So this way you take a couple hours on your day off to prep some food, and then you've got all your meals in a matter of a minute or two, just, you know, however much time it takes you to heat them up. So what we've got, you'll see Monday and Thursday. It says Monday and Tuesday, at least on mine. I think we might have got that fixed, but Monday and Thursday is going to be the same. Tuesday and Friday is going to be the same. Wednesday and Saturday is going to be the same. And then Sunday is going to be a little bit different day. And you're going to find you're going to be able to get a little bit more food because that's going to be your rest day. So you're not going to have results in recovery formula or whatever alternative you're taking to results in recovery formula on that day. But pretty simple, you know, on Monday and Thursday, you see you got breakfast, snack, lunch, another snack, dinner, snack, and a post-workout meal. Let's see. And then if you look under that graph, you'll see for Shakeology and results in recovery alternatives, see page 31. So if you scroll down, you'll be able to see what you can plug in instead of Shakeology. So just for instance, the Shakeology alternatives will be 1 scoop of whey protein shake with 1 cup of cashew milk, plus a grapefruit, plus 2 cups of loaded spinach and veggie salad with a drizzle of some low-fat dressing. So you'll need all 3 of those things, not one or the other, all 3 of those things every time you see Shakeology on the menu. And again, it's basically got a lot of vitamins and minerals in there with very similar macros to Shakeology. And the same with results in recovery formula. All right, so let's see. You will see a disclaimer there. Please read the disclaimer. I'm not a nutritionist or a doctor, so if you have any medical problems or you're on any medications whatsoever, you need to check with your doctor and make sure that this is okay. We've had several people bring the meal plan to their doctor. I know Fred, as you guys know, was like 600 pounds, lost a couple hundred pounds, and he just kills every boot camp. And he brought the meal plan to his doctor, and his doctor loved it. So I'm sure everyone's doctor will be fine with the meal plan. But I know there's, you know, some concerns with grapefruit and that kind of thing. So you guys just need to check with your doctors if there's anything that you're worried about that's in the meal plan. All right, let's look at a couple things here on page 31 in red. It says, be advised that you may move meals and snacks as you see fit. We talked about that a little bit. Be advised that the fast food items are optional. If you do not want the fast food option, have fun and create your own meal with similar calories and macros using MyFitnessPal, and feel free to share with the group. So every week what we wanted to do is make the meal plan something that you can sustain long term. And we wanted to give you guys fast food alternatives because we know life gets in the way. We know life can be hectic sometimes, or sometimes the kids are just crying and they want McNuggets. So you got to figure out, well, what am I going to eat at McDonald's? So we wanted to make this, we wanted you guys to be able to adapt this to real world situations. And we wanted to give you those options if you had to have them. So every week we do have a fast food option of the week. So if you find yourself at McDonald's, you know what to get. And it works in with your calories and macros and won't set you back at all. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. Be advised that if there is a meal you do not like on the menu, you may use MyFitnessPal and create your own with similar calories and macros. And again, feel free to share it with the group. So there's that. lastly, there's the very last page. You'll see copyright notices. You guys paid for this. Please respect the time and effort it took me and the other coaches to write the meal plan. And not only that, but also pay a web developer to put the ebook together. We have not had to do this. We have not had to kick anybody out, thank goodness. But just so you guys know, if we ever find out that you guys share this with somebody who has not paid for it, then we will kick you out of all TD Nation groups and block and remove you from everything. So please respect all the hard work that we've put into this, and do not share it with anybody. We'd really appreciate that. All right, last thing, take a deep breath, relax. You do not have to be perfect from day one. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. You guys are going to get close enough that you're going to have amazing results. Everybody has been able to do this program and crush it. So I think you guys are going to do fantastic. Don't think that you need to be perfect from day one. It's going to seem like a lot of work at first, but I promise by the end of the boot camp, by the end of the 4 weeks, this will be a breeze. Ask anybody that's been through it. It always starts off where it's a little bit, it seems like it's a little bit tedious, a little bit time consuming, but those that stick through it through the 4 weeks find that it's much easier. They save much more time. They're able to do this long term, and suddenly it becomes a lifestyle, not a diet, and they crush their weight loss goals forever. It's how I've been able to maintain my weight loss for almost 5 years now, not just 3 or 4 months. And that's what I want to teach you guys. So I'm really excited that you invested in yourselves. A lot of people went the free road in life, right? And they never invest in themselves. So they never value things, and they never progress, and they never hit their goals. You guys have all shown that you're willing to invest in yourselves. You're important enough. And to me, there's nothing more important than investing in yourself and your fitness and your health so that you can be around longer to take care of your friends and family. Congratulations to all of you guys that are here ready to kick butt. Let's go to Q&As. I'm going to check real quick and see if we've got any questions rolling in. Let's see. Normally Joey's here and he reads these off for me, so sorry it's going to take a little while. Let's see here. My computer's taking long. Let's check my phone. All right. Man, no questions? This is crazy. This is the first boot camp where we have not had any questions. Let me check one more group. Okay, we do have a few questions here, so let's see. Lori asked, I use the individual packets of Shakeology. Should I be using the 30-day supply container? Lori, it's up to you. There's no difference. You will get more Shakeology in the 30-day supply rather than the packets, and the reason is when you order the Shakeology packets, you only get 24, and that's because packaging those individually costs more money. I always buy the packets because I'm a coach and I can write that off for taxes, and I send those out as samples. So if you're not sending them out as samples, then yeah, I would go ahead and buy the 30-day bag because you'll get a little bit more for your money. Beth asked, are any of these meals recipes already preloaded into MyFitnessPal? Yeah, Beth, with over 700 people now going through the boot camp, they're almost, I would say all of them are in MyFitnessPal. So just hit up some TD Nation people and you'll see their list of recipes. Just make sure they're using all the same things. Sometimes people are tweaking recipes a little bit, so the calories and macros may not be exactly the same as what you're using. Let's see. All right, let me check one more spot. I think that's it. I think that's all the questions. Oh, I missed one by Beth. What can I switch out instead of Quest bars? Can I substitute other types of fish? Beth, watch the beginning of the show. If I think you asked this before the show, so you may have not got that, but I kind of touched on this. If there's something in the meal plan that you don't like, go do some figure out what a good option would be, and then ask us whether that will work or not. As far as Quest bars go, you definitely don't have to use Quest bars. They're just my favorite. They use the least amount of ingredients. They are a little bit more expensive, but obviously, you know, they've got like 21 grams of protein and 17 grams of fiber. So there's not very many other protein bars out there that have that much fiber. But yeah, you can substitute whatever protein bar you want, and it doesn't have to be a protein bar. You can, you know, if you don't want a protein bar, if you're worried about, you know, quote unquote processed foods, then go ahead and sub it with a turkey burger, or, you know, something with similar calories and macros. Let's see. And yes, Beth, you can move a Tuesday dinner to a Thursday dinner. And move it around any way you want. Doesn't matter to me. The idea is, if you're, we want your weekly calorie goals so add up the calories throughout the entire week. We want those to be the same. Okay, it's not, you know, if one day's a little high, then the next day's a little low, but it averages out to pretty much what we've got on the meal plan, then you're good. So I mean, if you'll look at the top each meal plan, so for females, for example, I mean, we've basically got you guys at about 1,300 calories or so, and about 40 to 45 grams of protein. You know, anywhere from 30 to 38, I'm not 41 grams, 41% to 45% protein, 31 to 38% carbs, and around 20% fat is basically what we've got you at. And for the men, we've got you guys at about anywhere from 2,000 to 2,200 calories per day, and pretty close to the same thing as the women, at about, you know, anywhere from 40 to 50% protein, you know, hovering around 30 to 35% carbs, and around 20% fat, somewhere around there for everybody. So, and that's, you know, basically the reason for the additional protein is to help you. The additional protein, number one, helps you remain fuller longer. It helps you feel full and satisfied, but it also helps maintain muscle mass. And the more muscle mass you have, the higher your BMR is, meaning the more calories you burn at rest. So that's why we keep your protein up. We don't want to eliminate all of your carbs, because you need energy to get through your workouts. And when you eliminate carbs, your body stops figuring out how to process carbs. So, you know, if you were ever to go off of your diet, you see this all the time, people on very low carb diets, it works for a while, but whenever they go back to eating carbs, then they store all of that as fat, and they gain more weight than when they started, and it's a horrible vicious cycle. So we don't want you guys to do anything that you cannot sustain long term. You know, 30, 60-day diets are silly. We want to help you guys get to your goals and then be able to maintain them. And the only way you're going to be able to maintain that long term is if you're doing a plan where you do not feel like you're suffering, and you feel like you can enjoy yourself and enjoy life every once in a while. And that's why this IIFYM, if it fits your macros, is basically what it's called, is such a good recipe for sustained weight loss. Because if I want ice cream, if I want cookies, if I want something that's not good for me, then I figure out the closest way to fit those into my daily calories and macros. So then when I do cheat and I do enjoy my, I don't hurt my long-term consequences. Sure, I might retain a little bit more water the next couple days because of the added carbs, but it eventually goes away and I'm right back where I started in a day or two, and I continue on with life and I continue crushing it. You know, if I'm getting ready to go out, if I'm going out to dinner on a Friday night and I know it's going to be a carb-heavy dinner, what do? I lighten up on my carbs earlier in the day. Then I can go out to dinner, have a dinner that's carb heavy, and not feel guilty and not set myself back on my results. That is how you win at this, and that's what we want to teach you guys. So let me make one more. Let's see, we're at 37 minutes, so I'll check for questions one more time. This is a good question. Are you mixing Shakeology with only water or milk, or are you adding fruit or anything else? Lori, I'm just mixing Shakeology with a scoop of protein and cashew milk or water, and that's it. If you want, you know, if you have a recipe that you love, then figure out how to add those things. Like if you want to add half a banana or a quarter of a banana to your Shakeology, figure out what the calories and macros are for that. Add those. So, you know, if a quarter of a banana is another, I don't know, 15 carbs, and I'm guessing, I really don't know, then find somewhere else in the daily plan to take 15 carbs out, and that'll work. Beth says, whey protein grosses me out. Can I substitute the dried egg white protein? Beth, I'm not sure if you're listening, but yes, you can substitute anything that you want as long as the calories and macros are the same. So whey protein, you know, a scoop of whey protein generally has 20 grams of protein, and most of them nowadays have, you know, no carbs. So if you have an egg white protein that has similar protein numbers, then go ahead and substitute it. Perfectly fine. Yeah, you can substitute anything you want. You know, this the only thing I would caution you guys about is make sure that you're getting all the vegetables in your diet. The vegetables written into the meal plan is really important. That's where your micronutrients and your minerals come in, and your fiber and that feeling of being full. And that's what we want. You're going to feel, a lot of you are going to feel really stuffed eating like this. And that's the other point I need to make before I wrap this call up is when you start a diet or a new meal plan, you are typically going to feel really full for the first week, and your body is going to eventually adjust. So kind of ignore what your body's doing the first week and give it time to adjust to what you've just put it through. Let it make its changes, let it adapt, and then let's see where it goes. So the first week, just, you know, plug through. If you're having a hard time eating that much, try to get as close as you can to the calories that we're giving you, and let your metabolism speed up a little bit and your body realize that it's getting everything it needs. So your metabolism speeds up so that you start feeling good, so you have good energy. And I'll also say, you know, if you start going through the first week and you're starving to death, like just can't think of anything but eating, then go ahead and add some more calories. I mean, if your goal is to lose weight and body fat, sure, you're going to be a little bit hungry, but we don't want you to just be starving all the time. If you've got bad headaches, you know, go ahead and eat a little bit more. If you're just really, really, really fatigued, go ahead and eat a little bit more. We want you to be comfortable. You know, we just don't want you to be starving and just miserable. So that's why every week, man, I almost forgot this too. Every week there's going to be a fitness activity tracker form that I'm going to post on Friday. You fill that out, you answer the questions. This is my way to go through and make sure everybody is okay. You know, I'll ask you every week, is there anything you're struggling with? If there's anything you're struggling with, go ahead and put it on there and I'll read through those. I'll ask you how much weight you lost or if you gained weight, and then I can pinpoint when people are gaining weight, and I can reach out to you and help you, and you know, and we'll ask you, you know, do you have any specific questions every week? And that's the questions from there are what we, you know, how we film the TD Nation show every week. We're pulling questions from the boot camp. So it's called a FAT form, fitness activity tracker form. It's posted every Friday. You have from Friday till Monday morning to fill that out for me. And that's your tracker. That's if you don't fill that out, you're not going to get as much out of this group. So make sure that you fill the fitness activity tracker form out. All right, guys, that's it. We're at about 45 minutes. So if any more questions come in, I will go ahead and answer those later tonight or tomorrow. All right, guys, have a wonderful night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.